Hello everyone, welcome back to this channel. In today's video, I am going to explain how to generate bulk certificates using Power Automate without a premium connector. And to my channel, please subscribe for more tutorials on Power Platform. Now let's get into the video. Before going to see the implementation for generating the certificates, let's first see the data source I have used and based on what scenario we are going to generate certificate, all these things. So here you can see I have a SharePoint list named event participation records. So this list is having the fields like event title, participant name, participant email, completion date, and organizer who is organizing this one, and certificate generated or not. This is an yes or no column. So once it is generated, we are going to make it as a true, otherwise false, like this only. And participation status, it is like whether they have attended or not. So I am in the SharePoint list, I am storing all these details. Now we need to generate the certificates for the fields where the participation status is attended and certificate generated is not false. So if it is already generated, no need to generate. If not generate, it is false means no need to generate. And to store the certificates, I have created one document library. Actually, I already run this one, so I will show you like how the certification will be looking like, and then I will delete all these things. Then we will see how it is generating also. I will open this one. So if you see here, this is the basic certificate I have generated using the HTML and CSS. So with using the premium connector, we can also take one word template. But in this video, I'm going to explain only without premium connector. So I generated this sample certificate with the HTML and CSS. And in this certificate, I am dynamically taking the participant name and the event organizer name, and this is the event title and when it is conducted. So if we go to the SharePoint list, this event title is the Power Automate Bootcamp that is present here. You can see it, right? And event organizer, I am dynamically taking this organizer name, and completion date I am showing here dynamically, and this is the participant name. Let me cancel this one. Before showing the implementation, let me delete this one, so we will run again, then you will able to understand. Now this SharePoint document library is empty. Let me show you the Power Automate flow I have used for this one. Now in the edit mode, we will see this one. Okay. So in this Power Automate flow, I have taken the trigger as manually trigger a flow. So you can create the Power Automate based on your scenarios. For example, if you want to generate the certificate whenever the new participant is added, that time you can take a schedule flow, and then trigger you can take when an item is created. Right now I am trying to generate bulk certificates at a time for all the list items present in this SharePoint. So I have taken this manually trigger a flow, and after this one, to fetch all the SharePoint list items, I used this get items action. So in this one, for the in under this parameters for the site address, I have taken this SharePoint site address, and the list name is event participation records, as you can see here. And then in the filter query, I just provided participant status. So this SharePoint list name, sorry, column name is there, right? Participation status. If that is equal to the attended, then those records only we need to take and generate the certificates. Let me change the participation status for any one of the record. So for this patty, I will change this to no. After running this Power Automate flow, this will generate for all the records except this patty user. So and also I am giving one more condition, certificate generated equal to 0. Since the certificate generated column is an yes or no column, I am giving the values to compare 0 and 1. So 0 indicating false and 1 indicating true. If you want to apply some more filters like order by, if you want to retrieve the items in a descending order or ascending order, you can mention that one in this order by. And also if you want to retrieve 100 records only, like 200 records, any records, you can mention that count over here. In case if your SharePoint list is having more than 5000 that many records, you can come to the settings, and here pagination will be there. When you enable this one, it is this will ask you to mention that number of items you want to retrieve. so that more than 5,000 records you can retrieve. Up to 10,000 items we can able to retrieve the items, but this will take some time. If you want to retrieve more than 5,000 items in a very quick time, we can also use send an HTTP request. So that action will retrieve all the more than 5,000 items. In the description box below, I will provide the link also. You can go through that and see how you can retrieve that many items within less time. Okay, now get items action is over. After that, what we need to do is we need to store our certificate. This, if you see, okay, that HTML certificate I have shown, right? If we want to generate that one, first we need to write the code. So I've written all that HTML and CSS code here. If you want to see in the Visual Studio Code, I just added this one. If we preview this one, we can able to see which kind of certificate it is generating. So for this one here, I dynamically provided. If we go to this one here, we can able to see in the div tag, and same for this one. Wherever I want to dynamically provide the data, and in that I just provide this kind of placeholder so I can add in the Power Automate flow. After that, this code I just copy pasted here in this inputs, and then I have added create file action. So why I have used this one? First, we need to convert that HTML code into PDF, right? So for that reason we can do so for that reason only I have taken this OneDrive, because OneDrive connectors is providing some actions. You can see this convert file is there, right? So we can easily convert HTML to PDF. So I to convert this one, first we need to fetch the file that is present in the OneDrive. So first I am creating that file in this OneDrive. In this, for the folder path, I took the root one only. To add this one, just click on this folder icon. It will show the root folder. So I just provided here to store the files. If you want to store that one in any other place, just to navigate into this one, it will show the folders present in that. You can check any one of that. So the generated files will be stored in that location, and then I am giving the file name as a participant name.html. So this participant name I am taking from this get items action. So what I'm trying to do is, whenever we are generating the certificate, we need to provide the file name, right? If we give the participant name, this will be unique. In case if we take this event title, this should be common only. Based on that email also, we cannot generate that one, right? Like it won't making sense. So I took this participant name. If you don't want, so that with the participant name, we can easily find out this certificate belongs to who, like which person, like that. And then file content, so after providing so this should be the HTML file, right? So I gave the extension is .html, and the file content I have taken from this output of that compose action. So in this output, in this compose action, we added that file content. So from that only we are taking and giving. Now this will create one HTML file for each of the items present in this get items. So whatever the get items action is returning the records, for all the records it will generate one file. After creating the file, one second, okay, I forgot to inform you. So in this compose action, we have added this HTML code, right? If we go through this, so here if you see, this is to certify that after this we need to provide our participant name, right? So dynamically I have taken this participant name from this get items action. In the same way, if we see, has successfully completed the event name, we need to mention. So in SharePoint list event name, I have mentioned in this title field only. So I have taken the title field dynamically over here, and then organizer and completion date. So here you can see this is the organizer name and completion date. So for these two things we need to give dynamically. So I have added organizer and completion date. So for each file, it will retrieve that information and put into this certificate. After creating the file, now we need to convert that HTML file into PDF file. For that, in these parameters for the file, I have taken the ID from the, so if you see body slash ID from this create file action, or I will show you again. click on this dynamics ID from this create file action. And then target type is, so you can see in which format you want to create the file. So I want to convert this into PDF, not JPG or GLB or HTML, because we already have the HTML, so we are going to make it as a PDF. After this one, now here we generated the certificate and converted that into PDF file. Now, after converting that one, we need to save that files into document library, right? So in this document library only, I am saving all those things. So to add files into that document library, I have taken create file action. So in this action, for the site address, we need to provide SharePoint site address, and folder path, I have taken the SharePoint document library. In case in the library, if you have created any folder and within that folder, if you want to add, you can choose that path. And then file name, file content is there. File name I am taking from the outputs of this convert file. So let me delete this and I will show you. So convert file is there, right? File name and file content is there. From this only I have taken file name, and for file content I have taken that file content. This will save that certificates into that document library. In case if you don't want to keep that, if you don't want to keep that files, so for that I have added this delete file. If you don't want, you no need to add this action. Here I just gave that file name from this output of the create file, so it will check and delete once it is added to the document library. Then in the OneDrive, whatever the files previously created, all will be deleted. And also we will do one more thing. Previously I didn't add it, now I will add update item action. So in SharePoint, you can see that update item, right? So what we will do, once the certificate is generated, we will make this enable like a tick mark. So for that, I will choose the site address is SPFX development, and the list name is event participation records, and ID will be the get items ID for each item ID. The certificate generated is, we will make it yes. Now save this one. Let's test it. I will do manually. And then click on run flow. Then click on done. We will see. I will open the OneDrive. First we will see here. You can see it is generating the .html file for Chris. So this user also present. Let me refresh one more time. And in the document library, you can see within few seconds only it is added. It is getting added all the items. But if you can't see for the party fairness, because we made this participant status as no. Now 6 items are there. So in this SharePoint list 7 records are there, but needs to create for 6 only. Let me open this file. So you can see it is dynamically taking the participant name and event name and event organizer, completion date, all these things. And in OneDrive, if you see whatever the previous HTML file it was added, it deleted successfully. And in the SharePoint list also, let me update this one. So you can see for each item, I think it will be added this one. It didn't take this one, the patty one in the get item section. That's why it is not updated this field value. I hope you understand how to generate a certificate using Power Automate with a HTML or CSS code without using premium connectors. Thank you for watching this video, and don't forget to subscribe our channel.